Ah, Friday, the finish line of the weekly marathon, the beacon of hope for the exhausted.
And the official mascot of couch potatoes and happy hours everywhere. We toss around TGIF with reckless abandon, but have you ever stopped to ask yourself why?
What ancient forces conspired to give us this glorious day of anticipation? Buckle up, because we're diving into the hilariously weird history of the days of the week. Friday brought to you by the goddess of love.
You might think TGIF means thank God it's Friday.
But technically you should thank Frigg, the Germanic goddess of love and possibly the first ever advocate of self-care Fridays.
She slapped her name on Friday, forever associated with good vibes, relaxation, and people frantically trying to finish their work by 4:59 p.m.
But Frigg wasn't alone in this day-naming business.
The rest of the days of the week had their divine sponsors.
And let's say some of their choices were interesting.
A brief, highly entertaining history of the days of the week. Sunday, the obvious choice. This one's a no-brainer. The sun gets a whole day named after it because it's the sun. It keeps us warm, gives us tans, and blinds us when we forget sunglasses. But if you switch to a Romance language, suddenly Sunday becomes Domingo or Dimanche. Why? Because some people thought the day should be dedicated to the Lord instead of a giant ball of nuclear fire. Fair enough.
Monday, blame it on the moon.
If Monday makes you feel sluggish and weird, that's probably because it's dedicated to the moon.
In Old English, it was literally Moon's Day.
The Romans had dies lunae, which sounds just mystical enough to make you want to stay in bed all day, reflect on life's mysteries, and avoid emails. Tuesday, the day of war, which tracks honestly.
Named after the Norse god Tiw, Tuesday was all about battle, which explains why it's the most aggressively annoying day of the week.
Monday is predictable, but Tuesday sneaks up and hits you with a surprise meeting, an overcooked lunch, and a printer jam before noon.
Being their war-loving selves, the Romans named it after Mars, their god of war.
Either way, Tuesday is clearly out to get us. Wednesday. Hump day, but make it confusing. Ever wondered why Wednesday is spelled like an elaborate prank?
Blame Woden, also known as Odin, the god of wisdom, and probably the reason we spend this day over-analyzing our life choices. Meanwhile, Latin-based languages went the Mercury route, calling it Mercuri dies because Mercury was the speedy god of communication. That may be why we start responding to emails more frantically on Wednesdays.
Thursday. Thunder rolls in. You guessed Thor for this one. Congratulations, you're ready to pass Mythology 101.
Thor's Day, Thunresdaig in Old English, eventually became Thursday. And the Romans, not to be outdone, named it after Jupiter, their storm-throwing deity.
This explains why things start getting chaotic on Thursdays. Thunderous deadlines, stormy attitudes, and the looming realization that you haven't done half of what you planned for the week.
Saturday, because even gods need a day off.
Unlike the other days, Saturday didn't get a Norse makeover.
It stayed dedicated to Saturn, the Roman god of agriculture, because after a long week of battling, thunder throwing, and wisdom doling, the gods probably just wanted to chill and plant some crops.
The English kept it as Saturn's Day, but the Romance languages decided it should be named after Sabbath instead, reinforcing that Saturdays should be for resting, not running errands.
So, TGIF, or should we say TGIFrigg?
Now you know, every time you say TGF, you pay homage to a goddess of love who just wanted everyone to take a breather before the weekend.
So go ahead and celebrate Frigg in style.
Leave work early, grab a drink, and embrace the ancient wisdom that Fridays were meant for fun, relaxation, and not answering work emails past 5 p.m. TGIF indeed.